Hey there, it's y'all's channel.
Honeys, let's start with an aerial view. Welcome to our hotel tour. This is where the hotel is located. The bottom of the screen shows where Dubai Mall is and of course the Burj Khalifa. So it's very centrally located. There's the Burj Khalifa there. We stayed at the Palace downtown and it is a luxury hotel. And of course, if you watched my previous vlog, I kept on saying that it was extremely centrally located. This is where we get the taxis. It was blazing hot. Later in the video I mentioned this as well. This was probably not like the best season to choose to come on holiday in Dubai. At least it was extremely hot, but I do mention that further in the video. We started at the poolside. I just wanted to show you guys the pool before we get inside. This was lovely. The pool is open till about 7 p.m. No skinny dipping allowed. I believe there was a couple that got into very big trouble because they were found skinny dipping in here. Obviously it's Dubai, and they have these shaded cabanas which are really nice and needed in the Dubai heat. I absolutely loved the outside, very tranquil. Dubai is generally very quiet. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think the Arabs talk as much as we do, and they're not very loud when they do speak in general. I do feel like we Africans do speak a little bit, just a little bit, a tad bit louder, you know, just a little bit. And this is the view literally from outside the pool, but it's also a similar view to what you see outside our rooms, which you'll see very shortly. On the left of the hotel is this restaurant. We actually ended up not eating here, but we were planning to, and just next to it is actually a Starbucks. It also overlooks the Burj Khalifa. That's the name of the restaurant, Arabesca. This is just outside the hotel. I actually took pictures here. I'll put one over there. This is the hotel on the left. From this angle, I wanted to give you guys all the angles. By the way, this is definitely a man-made lake. As we know, a lot of things are man-made in Dubai. Loved the outside, very tranquil, and also lots of tourists taking photos. Let's get inside. The entryway is pretty simple. This hotel looks very much like a traditional sort of Arabian hotel style, and it does have a little bit of the scented incense that a lot of the spaces, at least the interior spaces in Dubai, have. I'm not a particular fan of that, but I won't lie, our hotel wasn't too overbearing. There are some buildings we went into and I was like, oh no, it's too much. So on the way to our room, quick squiz at our hotel room before I give you all vital information on the visa and some of the costs involved to getting to Dubai, including airline costs and all of those things. I booked last minute, so it might be helpful. This was our room. It was a deluxe room. That is the view that we had. We could see the Dubai Mall on our right, as well as the Burj Khalifa. It's not very far, as mentioned in my previous vlog. The bed is a king size bed, standard. I think the room was really big for 2 people, which was excellent. This is the bathroom, double vanity, and a bathtub, which we didn't use actually, and of course a bathroom with 2 sets of toilets. It had a bidet, I believe it's called a bidet, and a shower. Not big enough for a couple though, but good enough. And now for all the information you may need regarding visa and costs to getting here. Coming to the UAE, in terms of visa, you can apply literally the day before. Dubai takes people in jail just like that. So my visa was approved overnight, but I took forever to apply for my visa, even though I had booked my flight ticket about 2 or 3 weeks before. I was like, oh snap, let me check flights. Flights were not too bad. I could have actually gotten flights for 5,002 here, but I eventually got them for about 6.5, including insurance. That's not a single flight pack. A single flight here and a single flight there. So I paid in total 13,800, including insurance and all of those other things. For the visa, I had to get an emergency, an express visa, which I didn't actually have to, but because my paranoia was on, I got my visa 4 days before arriving here. And anytime you actually apply for it 96 working hours before your flight time or your flight departure, you will automatically be charged an extra $20. So I paid $120 for my visa, but also
I got to the airport and people were applying for their visa, so there's no need to rush that. It's not that difficult. However, it does take long. I got to the airport and obviously I had my visa. I am black. I get to the airport and I am stopped and I'm called to the immigration office. For what reason, I don't know. And they asked like basic questions, but my bag was also questioned. Like, what's inside? Is there anything? I'm just like, you can open my bag, you can search it, I don't know. And the funny thing is, 3 of us who were from South Africa were asked if we traveled together. So there was a little bit of suspiciousness there because they set us aside and they were like, no, and they questioned us. But it wasn't like a hectic grueling. I feel like maybe it was an act of intimidation, because the one thing we all had in common besides being from South Africa was that it's our first time in Dubai. And then the guy also asked, are you all traveling together? We're like, we don't know each other. I've already said that to him, but he's asking each of them as well the same questions. Anyway, that took forever. And then currency. So make sure you let your bank know before you travel. Obviously, you might know this already, but there might be people out there who don't know. Let your bank know that you are traveling so that when you swipe here, there is no, it's called a fork. When I worked in the bank, I think it was called like the lifting a fork. When the bank is alerted that somebody is swiping your card in another country, they know that it's actually you and that it's not escalated to like a fraud case or potential stolen card or something like that, because then they can actually freeze your account, and you don't want that. So let them know about 2 days before that you are flying and get confirmation. On the FNB app, I just did the secure chat thingy and I did that with them. Landing here, if you exchange money beforehand at a Western Union, or even when you get to the airport, you will be charged an arm and a leg. I'm talking at least 2,000 Rand more than what the exchange rate actually is, which is ridiculous. And that's on like a 10,000. So what's that? 20%. Okay, so they put a markup on the actual currency and then a markup on top of that as well, which when I calculated is so much more. There are ATMs at the airport, so you don't actually need to, you can withdraw. I couldn't. My friend also couldn't with her US card. So what I did is actually get into the taxi. Some of the taxis do swipe. So as long as you can swipe, you can find out if they do. Alternatively, people are very trusting here. You can get to the hotel and actually get your money from the hotel ATM if your hotel has got an ATM over here. I thought you needed to dress super modest. Oh, did I finish the ATM talk? On the ATM portion, you are charged a lot less outside of the airport when it comes to commission and taxes and stuff like that. And even when you are paying, some shops, because I did shop a little bit, you actually get to choose whether or not you want to swipe in their currency or yours. And it's actually less. And it actually costs less to swipe in their currency, because then the exchange rate is what the exchange rate is today versus the Rand value. So don't do that. My bill came up to almost 1,000 Rand in Rand value versus 800 and something in their currency, like 830. So that's 100 saving, almost 200 Rand saving. Listen, you're on holiday, but you're not here to just like spend all your money. It's still Dubai. It's still a little bit more expensive. I shouldn't say a little, it's like 4 times more expensive in our currency. I didn't double check the exchange rate, but you can double check when you are flying out here. The last thing I wanted to say is season. We came at the peak of summer. Yes, the timing was perfect for our schedules because I will be traveling soon. Connie is here because I will be traveling soon, and for Connie, this was her leave time. She was taking a whole month off, so this was the perfect time for us to travel together. However, I would say if you were to come here, you can actually come here towards the cooler months, so September, October, that time, because you don't have to bear the 40-degree weather, which we had to bear today. It's not that bad. It's just if you want to travel and really enjoy Dubai, this is also off-peak, so things are cheaper, like excursions and activities. Some of them are cheaper, tourist excursions, but some places are actually closed because it's too hot, like the Miracle Garden, which I got a whole dress for, but we can't do because it's closed, because it's too hot. It's open, obviously. So yeah, I think that's about all the information you guys need to know so far.
Honey, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give this video a massive thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and join the Y'all's Channel family. I love you. Mwah.